Hey, what's up? It's Nathan Williams with Crazy Marketing. Now this video right here is a compilation of several videos that help make up the course that you're taking right now. Now to help you navigate through everything, I've provided timestamps down below in the description, so I recommend going, check out those timestamps, watching what's relevant to you. Let's get into it. Hey, it's Nathan, and I just wanted to jump in here real quick to give you a quick message. So we're about to set up a campaign together, and it's a pretty complicated campaign. We do some advanced tactics. We do ad sequencing, we do lots of exclusions, and it can be very overwhelming, especially if you're new to digital marketing or online marketing in general. So if you find this section overwhelming, don't worry, I have another section or video training called the bucket strategy that is a lot simpler to understand. Now, still watch me build this campaign. You don't have to do anything, just watch me try and understand it, wrap your head around it. And then if you're like, dang, that's too much, like I don't think I can do this. Well, relax, okay? Go watch the bucket strategy video then. It's a lot simpler strategy. It's not as good, of course, as with the ad sequencing and exclusions and all that fancy stuff, but what's more important is getting stuff up and running. So if this one I'm about to show you is too much, check out the bucket strategy. Check them both out before you go do anything is my recommendation, even if you get this strategy. Check out both strategies and then go take action. But I just wanted to let you know there's two strategies I teach in this course, and the first one here, it's complicated. The next one is not as complicated, but watch them both, figure out which one's gonna work best for you, and then go take action. So let's get into it. In this section of the course, we're gonna go ahead and launch a full-on campaign together. And I think you're gonna learn the most out of this section. If you're anything like me, you learn most by doing, but then the second best option is to learn by watching somebody else do it from like start to finish. So hopefully with everything you've learned so far in this course, between setting up your pixel and your events and your audiences and setting up a campaign and ad groups and ads and learning a bit about that stuff, like you're gonna finally piece it all together as we launch these campaigns together. So that's the goal here. You see it all and you'll be able to connect all the dots. You might have to watch it a time or two in order to fully understand what's going on, but once you understand it, you can go ahead and come up with campaigns for your own business and map them out and plan them out, plan your audiences and all that type of stuff and apply it to your business. So that's the goal here. I'm going to show you how to set it up and then you can take it and apply it to your business. All right, so I put this picture in the top left corner here because we've seen it before, but I just want to remind you about it. So remember, the goal is we take cold traffic and we convert it into warm traffic, and we take that warm traffic and convert it into hot traffic, and then the hot traffic, we keep it hot. That's kind of the goal. And we have three tiers. I call them acquisition, and that's converting cold to warm. We have direct, which is converting cold into like hot, basically, so a lead or a buyer. And then we have retargeting, which is people that have engaged with us, and we want to keep them engaged with us, whether that's just watching more content, or maybe it's opting in for lead magnets, or maybe it is buying things. So those are essentially the three phases, and that's kind of how this whole campaign system runs. And now I've gone through and I've mapped out the campaign I'm going to build, and I think in this process you'll see a whole lot of different options you can choose from, and you'll be able to pick and choose what would make sense for you and your business. So that way you can come up with a customized campaign for what you're offering. All right, so anyway, let's get into it. So of course, here's the start, and this is my cold traffic, and I'm gonna do an in-stream campaign as well as discovery campaigns, and I'll do some based off of keywords and also intent, so custom intent audiences. And if I had a similar audience, I might test a similar audience as well, but for this particular case, I think keywords and intent plus in-stream versus discovery, I think that's enough variations for cold traffic. So I'm not going to mess with similar right now, but I'm just saying similar audience could be a good choice for a cold traffic. And my goal is to send them to a free sales funnel blueprint page. So they go to this page, they click on a button, and they can download some sales funnel blueprints. I'll show you the pages and everything in the next video. We'll go through this flow chart first, and then I'll show you the pages and all that type of stuff so you can see it and understand it in your head. So anyway, pushing them here. Again, this is just good content for them to get, receive, look at, download, enjoy. They don't have to opt in for it. They just click a button and boom, they have their sales funnel blueprints that they could go ahead and print out. And then I go ahead and I get into my retargeting. So all my retargeting campaigns are in the blue area right here. So first one is my warm traffic. I'm going to do a 3-day retarget. So basically this is for viewers and engagers of the sales funnel blueprints. So this is for people that have engaged over here on this page, but I'm also going to be retargeting people that have visited my website because, you know, I have people come into my website and I want to target those people. And I also have a YouTube channel and people are organically finding it and I want to target those people that are watching me on YouTube as well. So I'm going to have, you know, a good warm traffic audience over here. And for 3 days, I'm going to try and push them to my 18 free sales funnels offer. And hopefully they opt in and become a lead. So that's my goal here, is to convert my warm traffic that's not on a list, they're not a lead yet, they're not a buyer, and convert them into a lead by offering them my 18 free sales funnels. So that's the goal there. And then moving on to my next offer, I'm offering my sales funnel book. It's a free plus shipping offer. And I'm going to have 2 different audiences for this. I have my warm traffic audience, which is going to be days 4 through 6. So these are going to be the same people that I sent up here, but they did not opt in. So I gave them 3 days to opt in for these 18 free sales funnels. And for whatever reason, they're like, I don't want 18 free sales funnels. So after those 3 days, I'm like, okay, well, maybe you want to buy my book. It's free plus shipping offer, great deal, great product and all that stuff. So I'll just bring them to the next offer that I have. At the same time, if anybody does become a lead, I'm going to start showing them ads for my sales funnel book as well. And so I'm going to have a 4-day retarget for people that have become leads. So they become a lead. Then for 4 days, I'm going to show them ads promoting my sales funnel book. And hopefully they buy it. And then moving on to my next offer. So I'm going to start trying to sell the Sales Funnel Training Vault, which is my flagship product and the main thing I want people to buy in the whole plan here. So I'm going to have several different campaigns and audiences pushing people to the vault. So I have my warm traffic people again, so days 7 through 9 here. So this will include people that have visited my website or looked at the sales funnel blueprints or watched a video, but they have not become a lead yet. So they didn't opt in. They didn't buy my book, so they're not a buyer. But you know what? Maybe they didn't want my sales funnels or my book, but maybe they do want to join the vault. So I'm going to spend a couple days sending them the vault offer and maybe they buy, maybe not, who knows. And then I'm going to have another group of people, which are my leads right here for days 5 through 8. So these are the people that opted in for my free sales funnels, but for whatever reason, they didn't buy my book. But maybe they do want to buy the Sales Funnel Training Vault. So I'm going to spend a couple days sending them to the Sales Funnel Training Vault offer. And then I'm going to have another audience of buyers. So these are my book buyers. So if they buy the book, then for 7 days, I'm going to show them the vault ads and hopefully they buy the vault from there. And then finally, I'm going to have another campaign over here that is pushing people that have been through my entire system over here and did not join the vault. So maybe they only engaged with my sales funnel blueprints and they didn't do anything else. Or maybe they actually went in, they became a lead, and maybe they became a buyer, but they never bought the vault. So anybody that entered my system and went through the entire flow and came out the other side without buying the vault, well, I'm going to offer them an affiliate offer. So I'll give them the vault for free with the purchase of an affiliate product. So that's kind of like my final offer, like my catch-all offer. So if they went through my entire funnel advertising system over here and didn't buy the vault, well, then I got a final offer and hopefully they take advantage of it. And so this is my campaign strategy right here, and it is a little advanced. I'm running several remarketing levels, and you might not have as many remarketing levels as I'm outlining right here, and that's okay. You don't need to have essentially 4 different levels. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of remarketing that I'm going to have going on, and you might only have 1 or 2 levels of remarketing, and that is perfectly fine. The main point is you're taking cold traffic, and you might use in-stream ads or discovery ads to take that cold traffic, and you're going to warm them up somehow. So you're going to learn how to do that over the shoulder as I set that up. And maybe you bring them to a website like I am, or maybe you just want them to watch a video. I mean, watching a video is a great way to warm up traffic, right? And then I have various retargeting or remarketing campaigns set up, and mine are kind of sequenced. So I spend a few days here, a few days here, a few days here, a few days here, and so on. So I have sequenced retargeting ads, and maybe you do that too, or maybe you just have, one set of retargeting ads, which is perfectly fine. You can do that as well. All right, so in the next video, I'm going to show you the different pages so you can see those and how they're laid out. And then we'll talk about audiences, because when you get into some advanced retargeting stuff like I've set up here with the sequenced retargeting, you have to have, different day ranges. You have to have certain includes and excludes. And so we'll talk about audiences then. And then we're going to go in and set all this stuff up so you can see it from scratch. And I really think you're going to learn a lot by watching the process unfold. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the training. Real quick, I have a special offer that I want to present to you where you can get a digital copy of my book as well as an audio copy. Plus, I'm giving away 28 pre-written emails that make your email writing a piece of cake. And finally, I have a 7-figure funnel. It's the first funnel that I built that generated over 7 figures for a small business, and it includes training on how to actually set up the funnel. If you're interested in that, plus several other bonuses, link in the description down below, or there'll be a link in the little box up above here. So if you're interested, check it out. Back to the training. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you the pages that I'm sending people to so you know what they look like and can visualize them. So the first page I send people to is this free sales funnel blueprints page. So let's come over here. And so here it is, very, very simple looking, but download your sales funnel blueprints, and they click this button right here and they can access your blueprints. But also real quick on this page, you'll notice that I'm also bringing people to other options. So special one, get 18 free sales funnels. So if they click this button, it pops up an opt-in form where they can go ahead and request the 18 free sales funnels. So if you recall, that's like the next offer I bring to them. But if they want to skip, the whole retargeting issue and just go straight into opting in for the 18 free sales funnels, they can go ahead and do that. So I'm giving them that option there. Also, I'm linking to my sales funnel book version 2.0 right here. So that free plus shipping offer. And then I'm also linking people to the sales funnel training vault. So basically, I'm showing people all the offers that I'm going to show to them. And maybe they click on this one and they look at their blueprints and they're like, oh dang, I want to join the vault. And you know what? Maybe they skip over these other steps and I don't have to retarget them at all. And they go straight into buying the vault and going to the order form and checking out, and then I don't have to retarget or anything, and that'd be super awesome. But of course, most people aren't going to do that, so that's why I then have retargeting for the 18 funnels, for the sales funnel book, and all that type of stuff. But anyway, I put it all out there right in front of them, and hopefully, they go further down the funnel than just looking at the blueprints. Now, I do have Google Tag Manager up, so I wanted to show you this. So if somebody clicks on this button here, it's going to trigger the SF Blueprint download tag, so that way I can optimize for people clicking on this button. And so we covered this earlier in a previous video where we talked about setting up Google Tag Manager and all that stuff, and it's really complicated. But anyway, that's what I did here, so I can track button clicks on this button here. So that's this page right here. And again, the goal is the Sales Funnel Blueprint download. So that's what we're going after. And so then the next page I'm sending people to is my 18 free sales funnels page. And let me go ahead and load that up real quick. And so here's this page. So want 18 free sales funnels. These 18 funnels are designed to grow your list, sell your digital products, and land clients. And they click this button, pops up the opt-in form. I have a picture of all the funnels. They click on that picture, pops up the opt-in form. You scroll down to the bottom here, and let me move Google Tag Manager, and I have another button down here at the bottom. So, that's pretty much all they can do is they come to this page to opt in for the 18 free sales funnels, and hopefully they do and become a lead. And that would, of course, be super awesome. So that's that page right there. And then I have the sales funnel book page. So let me load that real quick. And so here's my sales funnel book version 2.0 sales page. So they can come over here, read all about it, hopefully buy it and all that. So I'll include links in the course notes. So if you wanted to come here and investigate what I have going on, by all means, you can do that. Also, you probably went through this funnel yourself, so you might have seen it firsthand. All right, and then the final offer is the vault down here, so the vault sales page. So here it is. So they can come here and learn more about the sales funnel training vault and all they get from joining it, and so on. And then I do have a final offer. Remember that affiliate offer, so I'll show you that too real quick. So here it is. So 30 days free access to the vault and blah, blah, blah. This is all you get. If you get one of these tools through one of our affiliate links, then we'll send you free 30 days access to the vault. And so again, this is my catch-all. So they went through my entire advertising campaign. They went through my cold traffic. They went through all my retargeting stuff, and they did not buy the vault after all that. So now I'm like, hey, I'll give you 30 days free if you purchase a tool through one of our affiliate links. And hopefully I attract a few people with this offer. So anyway, those are the pages, so that way you have an idea of what we're doing. When I create the ads, I'll actually show you the ads so you can watch the ads if you want to, and you'll see how the ads are directing people to the pages, and you'll see it all come together. In this video, we're going to talk about the various audiences that we need to create, or that I've already created, in order to launch this advertising effort, these campaigns. And I recommend, when you're launching a campaign, I recommend mapping out your cold traffic and where they're going to go and what they're going to do and what the objective is for them. And then your retargeting, map all those out and where they're going to go and who's going to see them and all that stuff. It's just very helpful for when it comes to figuring out what audiences you need, because audiences is probably one of the trickiest parts, because depending how complicated your retargeting gets, like it could be they've done this but not this and this, or they've done this and this but not this. And so you need to think through the different circumstances and scenarios that people are going to be in for your retargeting efforts. And by mapping out your entire advertising effort, hopefully you can come up with the audiences that you need to set up and configure. So I just wrote a couple notes up here. So I have my miscellaneous, so viewed certain video as ad, landed on sales funnel blueprint page, and then a combination of viewed ad and did not land on the page. So they saw my ad over here, but they did not click over to see my sales funnel blueprint. So I want those people in an audience so I can do stuff with them. And then I have some exclusions. So I want to exclude watchers, visitors, leads, buyers, etc. Warm traffic, so watch videos, visited pages, and exclude leads, buyers in combination. My leads audiences and who I'm going to exclude, and my buyers audiences and who I'm going to exclude. So if we come over to my ads manager, I'll show you my audiences real quick so you kind of get an idea of how I structured them. So I labeled everything with a B dash, so that way I could easily sort them. So once you have a lot of campaigns and audiences and stuff in your Google Ads account, I recommend adding like a prefix to it so you can easily filter for your latest campaign and advertising efforts. So that's this little tip. Right now I'm using B dash, so I can easily filter for all my B dash audiences and my B dash campaigns and all that stuff. So it'll be easier to find. So I have like B dash leads, so all my leads in the last 4 days, leads in 8 days. And so if you come over here, we see that I have a leads in the last 4-day retargeting audience, as well as a leads in the last 5 to 8 days retarget as well. So I have a 4-day retarget and an 8-day retarget. And in order to create the 5 to 8 day retarget, basically I'm going to target the 8 days and exclude the 4 days in order to create these day spreads like I have outlined right here. All right, coming back over here. So those are leads. Here's people that visited any page. So we got 3 days. Visited in the last 9 days, last 6 days. So again, these are my warm traffic people. So visitors of pages in the last 3 days, 4 to 6 days, and 7 to 9 days. And again, I'll show you how to do those day spreads. And then coming back over here, we got people that have purchased the vault in the last 540 days. So I'm going to exclude all my vault members because there's no reason to advertise to them at this point in time, because I'm trying to sell the vault with this advertising effort and they already bought the vault, so I'm going to exclude these people from everything. Coming on down here, I got people that have purchased the book in the last 7 days. So we got buyers in the last 7 days retarget, so I'm going to be sending them to the vault. So we got those people. And then we have some of the viewed any video audiences. So in the last 3 days, in the last 6 days, in the last 9 days. So these are similar to the people that have visited my site in the last 3, 6, 9 days, right? So same category of people, still warm traffic, people that have viewed my videos organically. I'm retargeting them as well. And then I have 2 audiences, so visited the sales funnel blueprint page in the last 30 days, and then also viewed the sales funnel blueprint video as an ad. So I have those 2 audiences and I use them to create a combined audience right here, and I'll edit it so you can kind of see how this looks. So how this is going to work is I want to target or create an audience of people that have viewed my sales funnel blueprint video as an ad. So this is my cold traffic ad, right? So this ad right here, my sales funnel blueprint video ad, cold traffic, they viewed it, but they did not go to this page. So I'm creating an audience of people that watched 30 seconds of this thing, but did not click and take action on it. So that's my goal here. So they viewed the ad and they're not in this audience here. Visited Sales Funnel Blueprint page. So they viewed this ad, but they're not in this audience. So now I have a list of people that saw my ad but didn't take any action on it. And now I can go ahead and use that audience for exclusions, or maybe I put a different offer in front of them. Maybe they didn't want my sales funnel blueprints, but maybe they want something else, right? So I could do some different things with this audience right here. So it's a good audience to have. So I'm gonna go ahead and save it right now and back out of it. And so I think that's mainly it. Hopefully you can see how I've set these audiences up based off of page visits or video views and the different days I've selected for them. And in the following videos, as we set up our campaigns, ad groups, and ads, you'll see how I target those audiences and exclude audiences and things like that. So you'll better understand how they all fit together. But I wanted to cover all the audiences I've created so you know what I have, and then when we start including and excluding, it'll make more sense. In this video, we're going to go ahead and set up our cold traffic or acquisition campaign, the in-stream version of it, using keywords. And depending on how long this takes, I might do the same thing for intent. So we might be setting up 2 different campaigns. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get into it. And then in the next video, we'll do the discovery version of it. So let's go set it up. So come into your Google Ads account, and we want to go to campaigns and a new campaign and new campaign. And what I'm going to choose right here is create a campaign without a goals guidance. And I'm going to go with video, and I'm actually going to go for drive conversions. Now I've mentioned this before. If my budget's not large enough, this might not work. So if it doesn't work, I'm prepared to switch to custom video campaign, but I might as well start with what I want, which is conversions. And again, the conversion I'm going for is that button click for the Sales Funnel Blueprint download. So those are the conversions I am going after. And so set it up for what you want. If it doesn't work, we can always back out and make it use less of Google's algorithm. Remember, the algorithm will work better if it's going after conversions, whereas custom video campaign, you're doing a lot of the optimization yourself. So anyway, drive conversions, continue. And then we're going to go ahead and name our campaign. And this comes back to this slide right here. So I recommend going with the tier you're on and the type of ad you're doing as well. So I'm going to go with B dash. Again, I'm using that prefix so that way I can filter things quickly. So B dash. And this is actually direct because I am going straight from an in-stream ad to trying to get a conversion, which it's just a click, but they're leaving YouTube and they're going to a page and they have to click a button. So it's a bit more of a direct ask than just, you know, hey, watch this video on YouTube, right? So it's a little bit more intense. So I'm going to call it direct. And again, these are just semantics. Like whether you want to call it acquisition or direct doesn't really matter. The concept's the same. I've taken somebody that's cold and trying to make them warm, right? So please don't get too held up on the terms that I'm using. That's not what's important. The important thing is cold traffic to warm traffic to hot traffic to repeat hot traffic, right? That's the main strategy. The triple threat strategy is that right there, not whether the word should be direct or acquisition. All right, off my soapbox. Let's go back to naming it. So again, I'm doing stream ad, in-stream ad, so direct, stream, and come back over here. Video title, so 8 SF blueprints, and then I'm doing my keywords, so I'm doing keyword, sales, funnels, and then my country, so US is who I'm targeting. All right, select your bid strategy. I want to go ahead and go for maximize conversions. So I want conversions, so that's what I'm going after. Since this is cold audience, I'm going to go for $20 a day budget. So that way I got enough people coming in, and hopefully it's enough money to get conversion so Google can optimize my campaigns for me. All right, networks coming on down here. We want to go ahead and turn off our video partners on the display network. Again, this has been proven time and time again to be a money pit, so we'll turn that off. Languages, going to choose the appropriate language, which is English. And come on down here, country United States. Inventory type, I'm going standard inventory. Excluded types, I'm going to exclude embedded YouTube videos, live streaming videos, and I'm going to get off of the mature audiences. That's fine. Coming on down here, I'm not going to mess with site links, and I don't even think site links work with YouTube ads, so I need to check on that. Additional settings, conversions. I want to choose the conversion action that I'm going after. Select conversion action. And I'm going after B sales funnel blueprint downloads. So that's what I'm going after, and save. All right, cool. Devices. So I'm going to go ahead and change my targeting devices. I'm going to turn off TV screens, and I'm going to do some stuff with the ad group settings later on. But just to get the ball rolling, I'll leave these settings how they are. All right, coming on down here, frequency capping. I do want to go ahead and limit this to, I want three impressions per week. So I think that's enough. You know, if somebody sees my ad 3 times in a week, that's not going to overwhelm them or annoy them. So I'm good with that right there for cold traffic. Ad schedule, I'm leaving all day, every day. Ad group name, I'm going to go ahead and call this one mobile and tablets. And you'll see why I'm doing that in just a minute here. All right, coming on down here, demographics, I'm leaving this wide open. I talked about why I do that in a previous video. Audiences, I'm not doing any audiences in this section here. I'm going to have to set up some audience exclusions later on, but for targeting purposes, I'm not targeting any audiences. I am doing keywords though, right? This is my keyword campaign. So I have a list of keywords that I wrote out earlier, and I'm going to paste it on in there. And I see over here under my weekly estimates, there's 29 million impressions available with the keywords that I've entered here. So that's good. I want to make sure that I have some keywords in here that, you know, drive impressions. If this was a really low number, then my keywords are too specific and I probably need to broaden them out a little bit. Moving on down, I don't do anything with topics ever. I think it's worthless. Placements, I don't do anything with placements, but if you want to experiment with it, again, that's your opportunity or up to your discretion. Now I need to go ahead and create my ad, so let me throw it in here real quick. There's a link to it. I'm doing a skippable in-stream ad, so that worked right there. I need to go ahead and link to it, so let me grab the link to my Sales Funnel Blueprints page, paste it in there. And then my display URL, that's fine right like I have it. And my call to action, I'm going to go with download. And for my headline, I'm going to go with sales funnels. And then add URL options. I'm not going to mess with this right here because I'm using Google Analytics. I'm going to use the auto-generated channel banner. And then I'm going to leave this as add 1. And all right, very cool. Let me scroll through here real quick, make sure I didn't accidentally hit something funky. Just double check my work real fast. Okay, everything looks okay. And then I'm going to go down to create campaign and continue to campaign. And notice that I'm at the ad group level. I just wanted to point that out real quick. And what I want to do is go into this ad group, and I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this ad real quick, copy it, and then I'm going to hit the 3 dots and paste. And then you can double check where you're pasting your ads, and you notice that I'm pasting it in my mobile and tablets ad group, which is what I want to do. So good. And I'm going to go ahead and select the F ad already existing destination, create duplicate. So I'm going to paste it real quick. And now what I want to go ahead and do is click on my ad and edit it, and edit my ad. And basically I'm just making a different variation. So instead of download, I'm going to write no opt-in. And then I'm going to come down here, name it to ad 2, save ad. And now I have 2 different ad variations going on, see which one converts better. And now what I want to go ahead and do is come back to the ad group level. So let's back out a little bit and go to ad groups real quick. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and duplicate what I've set up here. So what I did first was I made different ad variations, right? So that's what I just did. I went into my ad group, I made another ad variation. You can make a couple more ad variations if you want to. And then you come back out to the ad group level and we duplicate the ad group. So that way, you know, it has the same ads in each ad group. And I'm going to go ahead and paste it and make sure you're in the right spot, which I am. And I'll go ahead and pause new ad group after pasting and paste. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is rename this one to desktops and save. So if we come back to this slide right here, this is that 2, 3, or 4 ad groups per campaign that I was talking about. And we do it based off a device. So what I do is desktop and mobile and tablet, and then I exclude TV. So that's what I'm doing right here. All right, so since we're here, let me go into my mobile and tablets ad group real quick. And I want to come down to devices. And I want to go ahead and adjust my bid on computers. I want to decrease it by 100%. So now I'm only showing this ad group on phones and tablets, right? So let me back up and go to my ad groups. And now I'll go into desktops and then devices down here. And I want to go ahead and adjust mobile phones. I want to decrease it by 100%. And then I also want to decrease tablets by 100%. So that way I have two different ad groups, right? And now I'm only targeting computers. So awesome. Let me back out and add groups. And let me go ahead and I'll just turn this thing on. No reason to leave it paused. And now what I need to do is a couple exclusions or audience exclusions. So let me go into audiences real quick and then click on exclusions. And I want to do audience exclusions. And in this particular case, I want to exclude them from the entire campaign. So since each ad group is targeting the same group of people, and in this case it's targeting keywords, like I don't need to set the exclusions down at the ad group level. Now there might be a circumstance where you want to set the exclusions at the ad group level, but in this particular case, I can set the exclusions at the campaign level. And what this means is every ad group within that campaign, right? That should hopefully make some sense. And now I need to go ahead and pick which audiences that I want to exclude from my cold traffic audiences. So what I do is I go to search option here and I'll put in my prefix, which is that B dash. And so I can kind of scroll through here and figure out who I want to exclude. So I want to go ahead and exclude people that have visited my site in the last 30 days because I want to have retargeting ads targeting all those people. I want to exclude people that have purchased my book in the last 540 days. People that have purchased the Vault in the last 540 days. Sales funnel blueprints is the same thing as visiting any page, right? Because any page this is a page, right? So that's fine. Viewed any video in the last 30 days. I want to exclude those people. And okay, so that seems to make some sense, right? So I'm excluding people that have engaged with me in the last 30 days because I want to have other retargeting campaigns focused on those individuals. And then I'm of course excluding people that have already purchased or become a Vault member because it doesn't make sense to try and sell them on the products that I'm trying to sell right now. And when I'm thinking about it, I should also exclude people that are leads in the last 540 days because if they're already on my email list, I probably don't need to advertise to them either. So I'm going to go ahead and create another audience of leads in the last 540 days and I'll go ahead and add them, but I'll do that off the screen. I don't think you necessarily need to see that. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do now is save. All right, so I went ahead and created my leads in the last 540 days audience and I added it to my exclusion list. And now I am content with this campaign and the ad groups and the ads that I have in it. It's got to go through the approval process and then it'll start running. And oh, look, it's already approved. So awesome. Hopefully I start getting some traffic soon. Now, since it's not going to take that long and to alleviate creating a whole nother video for it, I'm going to go ahead and create the custom intent version of this campaign. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So let's back all the way out to all campaigns. And what I want to go ahead and do is copy it. And I'm going to go ahead and paste it in here. And make sure you're going in the right spot. And yeah, that looks great. And I can go ahead and pause campaign after pasting. So I'm going to pause it so that way I can go ahead and make some changes before I go ahead and set it live because there's some things I got to go ahead and do to it. And let me go ahead and rename it real quick. So it's still US, but it's not keyword sales funnels. It's custom intent sales funnels. So there we go. Big difference right there. All right, let's click into it now. And what I want to go ahead and do is go into keywords. And I want to go ahead and remove all the keywords that I have in my other campaign, right? Because I'm targeting those keywords in my other campaign and I don't want to duplicate my efforts. So I'm going to remove them out of here. And now what I want to go ahead and do is go into my audiences right here. So click on audiences and we'll go ahead and add an audience. And I need to apply the audience to the ad group level. So that's fine. I'll just have to duplicate my efforts, but no biggie. So select an ad group. We'll start with the desktop ad group. And we want to go ahead and use our custom intent audience, right? Our CI. So let me search for it. And there's my custom intent sales funnels audience. So I'll save it. And there we go, that worked. And let me go ahead and now I need to go apply the same concept to my mobile and tablet audience. So I'll go to my ad groups, mobile and tablets, and then I'll go to audiences here, and I'll go ahead and add an audience. And I need to add my CI, sales funnel audience, save. And cool, so now my audience is on both of my ad groups, right? We could double check exclusions, make sure the exclusions copied over. You could go ahead and look at your ads as well, make sure the ads copied over correctly, and they should. I've never seen them not copy over correctly, but if you just wanted to double check things out. And then let me come back out to all campaigns real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on this campaign, enable it. And so there we go, we now have 2 campaigns set up. One's focused on keywords, the other focused on custom intent. And we're gonna let it ride for a little bit to see what type of results it generates, and then we'll do some optimizations and tweaks. But hopefully now you can see how you can set up these campaigns pretty quickly. Again, you go through the little campaign builder, which builds a campaign, 1 ad group, and 1 ad. And then if you want multiple ads, you clone the ads, copy them, change them, whatever you want to do. And then you go ahead and you duplicate the ad groups. So that way your ads, are the same, but different ad group, and then you select different devices. And then if you want to use those same ad groups, but maybe different targeting, for example, custom intent versus keyword targeting, well, then you just duplicate the entire campaign. And it saves you a lot of time because you've already set it up before and all you gotta do is duplicate it. So that's it for this video. We're gonna set up several more campaigns, so you'll see it again and again and again, but hopefully it's gonna click and you'll be able to apply this to your business. Alright, so I know in the last video I said I was going to do the discovery campaigns next, but due to some time constraints today and the fact that, retargeting is important, I have organic traffic going on, so by not having retargeting ads set up, I'm missing out on retargeting all my organic traffic. So I'm going to let these campaigns start and hopefully start getting some cold traffic and converting it into warm traffic and all that type of stuff. And then I'll come back in and I'll do the discovery campaign and you'll see how that works. It's the same concept, but instead of selecting in-stream, you're basically selecting discovery. But anyway, I will show it to you, but for the sake of time and the fact that retargeting ads are critically important, I'm gonna go ahead and set them up now and we'll do the discovery ads at a later date. So let's come back to my plan real quick. And so my first retargeting audience is for warm traffic, and I'm doing a 3-day retarget and targeting people for these 18 free sales funnels. So let's go ahead and set that up. So let's set this little plus button, new campaign. And since I am going for leads, I am gonna select this option. Again, it might not work, but we'll give it a shot. And we can always back out and do a goal without guidance. All right, so video, and again, driving conversions. We'll hit continue now. And now I'll go ahead and name my campaign. So I'm gonna call it B-, and then let's look at my little PowerPoint slide. So I got retargeting, and then I'm gonna be doing stream. So B- retard, and then I'm gonna do stream, and then I'm doing the video title, which is 18 funnels. And come back in here, and for my audience or keyword, I'm gonna say days 0 through 3. And for country, I'm doing all countries. I'm not gonna be specific here because I've got people in foreign lands organically finding me, and I still want to retarget them. All right, I'm gonna go with maximize conversions. I'm gonna do a daily budget of just $5 a day, see how that works out. Hopefully it's enough to trigger some views. All right, so networks, again, I wanna untick this box. Languages, all languages is fine now. Country, I wanna do all countries and territories. Inventory, I'm going standard inventory. Exclusion types, I wanna leave this wide open because I'm doing retargeting ads. Let me undo this one too. And because I'm doing retargeting ads, so these are people that have already engaged with me, and it's fine if they see me on, a kind of different video. I'm trying to be where they are. All right, so that's wide open. Site links I'm leaving alone. And then coming down to conversions, choose conversion action for this campaign and select conversion actions. So I am going for leads, of course, because I want people to opt in for the lead magnet. But I also want to go ahead and track transactions. So if somebody buys something, then that's cool with me. I'd be happy if somebody bought something too. So I want to track both leads and buyers. So leads and buyers. So create conversion action set. That sounds cool. And then for devices, I'll come in here and I want to turn off TV screens because again, it's hard to take action off a TV screen. Frequency capping, we'll go ahead and set this up as well. And I want to cap impression frequency, and I'm going to do 1 per day. Again, this is only a 3-day window right here, so 1 per day seems pretty good. Depending on how it works, I might even up it to 2 a day. So that way, I have more opportunity to show my ads to people because it's such a small time frame. But we'll go with 1 per day for now. I'm going to leave frequency alone, ad schedule all day, every day. Ad group, I'm going to call this one all devices. So I'm not even going to segment out devices on this retargeting stuff. I'm going to leave it all devices, and I'll let Google's algorithm kind of, make things happen, hopefully. All right, so demographics, leaving that wide open. Audiences, okay, this is where I want to select my 3-day audiences. So let's look for 3-day. And I want visited any page in 3 days, viewed any video in 3 days. And that about sums it up. Of course, I got to set up some exclusions and stuff, but we got to do that after going live. Any keyword, any topic, any placement, all that stuff is wide open. And now I need to go ahead and select my video. So let me grab the link to my video, paste it on in here. And I need to go ahead and drop my URL in here. So let's grab it and paste it in there. Display URL, that's fine. Call to action, I'm going to do learn more. And headline, 18 free funnels. And I'm just going to use the default auto generate option here. And this will be ad 1. And I'll go ahead and create my campaign. And continue to campaign. And now I want to go ahead and create another ad variation. So let's click into our ad group real quick and duplicate our ad by copying it and coming in here and pasting it. And okay, that looks good. And I'll go ahead and pause it, paste, and now I'll go ahead and edit it. So click edit on it and edit ad. And this will be ad number 2, of course. And I'm going to say get them and 18 free funnels again. So I'll just change the little call to action button. Who knows if learn more works better or get more or get them, but we'll find out, I guess. And then I'll go ahead and turn this thing on. And then what I need to go ahead and do is come into my audiences, because we got to set up some of those exclusions because we don't want to retarget everyone. We got some people we got to exclude. So let's go into exclusions. And we can exclude from this entire campaign here. That's fine. We only have one ad group in it anyway. So whether we exclude from the campaign or an ad group doesn't really matter. There's only one option. So anyway, I want to go ahead and exclude all of my leads and all of my buyers, essentially, right? Because if they're already a lead, I don't need them to become a lead. And if they're already a buyer, I don't need them to become a buyer. So I'm going to exclude leads and buyers from my audience. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And there's actually one other audience I want to go ahead and exclude as well. And that's that combination audience that I created of people that viewed the ad but did not click on it. So I want to exclude, all my cold traffic, because I could have a lot of views on that ad, but if people aren't clicking on it, then they're not warm enough in my opinion, right? I want people that have actually clicked on it. So I want to go ahead and exclude people that have seen the ad but did not opt in or did not click on it. So let's go ahead and do that as well. So I have my combined list right here. So viewed sales funnel blueprint ad but didn't click. So I want to exclude those folks too. All right, so save. And I think we are pretty good right now. So what I want to do is come back out to my all campaigns level. And I want to make sure that it is turned on, which it is. So cool, I'm happy with that. And that is it for this video. Alrighty, in this video, we're going to go ahead and create the campaigns for the warm traffic audiences going to the sales funnel book, as well as the warm traffic audiences going to the vault. It's pretty much the same process, so it'll be pretty quick, and I don't see the point in making 2 separate videos about it. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here I am back in my Google Ads account, and real quick, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and rename this one audience. So it's retargeting, it's warm traffic. So this is my warm traffic retargeting, and maybe I'll highlight it with the parentheses. All right, save. All right, so since I already created this and there's a lot of settings that are kind of like reusable in here, I'm gonna go ahead and just copy this campaign, copy it, and I'm gonna go ahead and paste it. And I'm gonna hit done, and I'm gonna pause it and paste. And now I'll go ahead and rename it. So this is gonna be days 4 through 6. And this is for the sales funnel book, SF book. And just to look at it, so days 4 through 6 retargeting for the sales funnel book. So that's what I'm working on here. So that's good, retarget, warm traffic. Okay, cool. So let's click into it now. And we're still going with all devices, so that's all good. Now, of course, we got to go ahead and change our ads real quick, so let's go ahead and do that. So we'll edit ad number 1 and edit ad. And I want to go ahead and switch out this video because I want to put in the sales funnel book video that I have, right? And of course I need to go ahead and change my URL. So let me grab the URL to my sales page and I'll go ahead and throw it in here, and I'll go ahead and update my display URL. So there we go. And I'm going to leave my call to action as learn more. I'll do free plus shipping as my headline. And I'm going to leave my auto generate my description or channel banner, I'm sorry, and pretty much leave the same default settings. So I'll go ahead and save ad real quick. And now I'm going to go ahead and change ad to around some as well and edit ad. And I'm actually going to use an entirely different video this time. So I have a different video that I'm using and got a link back to my sales page, of course. And throw in my display URL, and we'll go with learn more, and we'll do free plus shipping, and I'm going to leave the default settings and save ad. All right, cool. I now have two different ads advertising my book. Now I do need to come over to audiences, of course, and update my audiences because I'm targeting some different people now. And I want to go ahead and I want to delete out what I have currently in here. So I'll remove this, confirm, and I want to go ahead and add audiences. And I'm adding my 6-day audiences, right? 6 days. So visited any page in the last 6 days, watched any video in the last 6 days, and that's good. Let's save it. And then I need to come over to exclusions and update my exclusions. So I have vault buyers, leads, book buyers, and then that combined audience. But I do need to add a couple other ones. So I need to exclude the 3-day audiences. And this is how you go ahead and you create that day spread. So that's how you go ahead and target days 4 through 6, right? Because you're setting your targeting for days 0 through 6, essentially, right? Because you're doing a 6-day audience. But then you're going to exclude days 0 through 3, right, like we're doing right now, which of course creates that spread, right? Hopefully that's making some sense. So we'll exclude days 3 here and days 3 here, and so we're advertising to day 6, but excluding days 3 in order to create that spread. All right, so my exclusions are all good now, and I could of course come through here and double check, make sure I didn't target any keywords or do something silly or anything like that, but I'm not going to worry about that at this time. I just want to point out that you can double check your work, which might not be a bad idea. And then I'll go ahead and enable this campaign so we get it running. And then same concept for my vault traffic. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this new campaign that I created and paste it. And I'm going to done. I'll pause it and paste. And let's go ahead and rename it as well. So we'll go with this, and this is days 7 through 9, I think. 7 through 9, days 7 through 9, targeting the vault. So cool. This is the vault, days 7 through 9. Okay. And let's click into it and make our adjustments. Click into the ad group. And we got to change the ads, of course, to talk about the vault because that's what we're going after. So let's go ahead and edit this ad. And let's go ahead and link to our vault ad. So boom. And we got a link to our vault sales page. So let me throw that URL in here. And I'll leave my call to action as learn more. And for my headline, I'll go ahead and use funnel training. And I'm going to leave the default settings and save ad. And I'm actually only going to run one ad. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one out of here. I can always add more ads later. It's no big deal. But my creative juices are burning out, and I don't know what else to add. All right, so I have my ad. Awesome. Happy with that. Again, need to come back up to audiences and modify who I'm targeting. So I need to remove what I have in here, and I need to target the 9-day audience, right? That's what we're going after, the 7 through 9 spread. So let's go ahead and do that. So we got 9 days. And scroll on down here. So visited any page in the last 9 days, viewed any video in the last 9 days, and save. And then we come over to exclusions, and we'll go ahead and we'll delete out the 3-day ones because we got to update them to the 6-day ones, right? So now we're going to look for our 6-day options. 6 days. Right here, 6 days. Visited any page, viewed any video, and save. All right, so that's cool. All my exclusions look amazing right now. And so then I'll come back up to my campaign level, and I can go ahead and flip the switch on this one too. And so very cool. I now have my campaigns up and running for days 4 through 6, pushing people to the sales funnel book, and days 7 through 9, pushing people to the sales funnel training vault. As you can tell, once you've got the settings set up, it becomes a lot easier and faster because you just duplicate it, you change out your ads, and then you set the baby live. And of course, with more practice, you get faster as well. And that's it for this video. All right, in this video, we're gonna go ahead and set up our campaign to retarget our book buyers for 7 days, trying to get them to buy the vault. So let's get into it. So come back over here, and this is gonna be very repetitive at this point. I hope you're like, okay, yeah, I've seen it, I got it. All right, so we're gonna push people to the vault, right? So let's go ahead and pick one of our vault campaigns, and we'll go ahead and copy it, and we'll go ahead and paste it. And done, and we'll pause it and paste it, and let's go ahead and rename it as well. So we'll do days 0 through 7, and this is the vault and in stream, and this is buyers. Okay, and save, and let's click into it and make some magic happen. So still all devices, we are still advertising the vault, so that's all good. Main thing we got to do is update our audiences. So we'll go ahead and delete this audience out of there. Remove, confirm, remove. And now we'll go ahead and add an audience. And we want to add buyer. And now we're looking for our 7-day audience, 7 days. And we'll look on down here. So purchase the book in the last 7 days. Okay, very good. And then we need to go ahead and set up our exclusions real quick. We want to go ahead and remove people that have purchased the book because, again, we don't want to exclude people that we're trying to target. And we can go ahead and exclude these leads as well. We'll go ahead and remove that. And basically, the only people we're excluding right now are the people that have purchased the vault in the last 540 days because, again, we don't need to try and sell them something they've already purchased. And so very cool. Let's back all the way out to the campaign level. And let's go ahead and turn this one on as well. And okay, so that's set up. So that was very fast. And hopefully it's all making good sense to you. In this video, we're gonna go ahead and set up our retargeting campaigns for our leads. We're gonna do both of them in this video. So we have this one that's gonna be pushing leads for 4 days towards the sales funnel book. And then another one for days 5 through 8, pushing people to the sales funnel training vault. So that's our objective here. Let's go set it up. Should go pretty quick because we're doing a lot of duplicating at this point. So I already have a campaign that advertises the sales funnel book, right? So I got this one right here. So what we can do is go ahead and copy it, and we can go ahead and paste it and make sure it's going to the right area, which it is. And I'll go ahead and pause it after pasting it. And now go ahead and rename it real quick. So we'll leave this like this. I believe it's days 0 through 4, right? I think that's what I just said. Days 0 through 4. Yep. Okay, cool. And then this is leads, so I'll do leads. All right, so save. And then I need to go in here and, of course, modify it a little bit to target my leads. I don't need to change my ad or my devices or anything like that. They're still the same ads. They're just different audiences that I'm targeting. So let's come over to audiences, and I'm going to wipe out what I have in here. So remove these 2 audiences, confirm. And I want to go ahead and add an audience when I'm going to go ahead and add my 4-day lead audience. 4-day lead audience, so 4 days. And we'll go ahead and look for it. So leads, 4 days, save. And then I need to come update my exclusions as well. So let's go into exclusions. And I want to go ahead and remove these folks because they had to visit a page in order to become a lead. So we want to remove that list. We want to remove this one as well. And we can remove this one as well because I don't really care whether they saw or didn't see or did or didn't click. If they become a lead, they became a lead, right? And then I want to go ahead and remove my leads list because I'm targeting leads, and it'd be a bad idea to exclude my leads if I'm targeting leads, right? Hopefully that made some sense. It was kind of a roundabout statement, but the point is I don't want to exclude the people that I'm targeting, right? So the only people I'm not targeting are people that have purchased the book already or the people that have already joined the vault, right? So go ahead and remove. And there we go. I have my exclusions properly set up and configured. So I'll come back to campaigns now, and I'll go ahead and enable this campaign. And then what I want to go ahead and do is same concept for the vault, right? So I'll come in here, I'll copy it, and we'll go ahead and paste it. And I'll hit done. And I'm going to pause new campaign after pasting. And again, this is what I'm setting up right now is my leads, days 5 through 8 retargeting, all leads, pointing them to the vault. And let's go ahead and rename this one real quick. So this, and it's days, what is it? Days 5 through 8. Is that what it was? Days 5 through 8. Okay, days 5 through 8, stream the vault, and we're going after leads. Leads. Okay, save. All right, now let's go in here and make some edits to it. So all devices is good. And we can click in and double check our ads. I should only have the one ad in here, which I do. Okay, awesome. And main thing I do have to update is my audiences. So we'll go ahead and remove out these audiences, remove, confirm, and let's go ahead and add a new audience. And I'm going to add my 8-day lead audience, right? So 8 days, and come on down here, leads, 8 days, save. And then I need to come over to my exclusions, and same concept as before. I want to go ahead and not exclude my leads, not exclude these people, not exclude these people, not exclude these people. And so we'll remove them. And I do want to go ahead and exclude the people that were leads in the last 4 days, right? So that way I can make that window, that day spread, as I've been calling it. So if I exclude days 0 through 4, then I create the spread, right? Makes some sense. And so that looks good and right and everything. So let's back out to the campaign level, and let's go ahead and activate it. And there we go. I've gone ahead and set up my campaign to target leads on days 5 through 8, pointing them towards the Sales Funnel Training Vault. So I am happy with that, and that is it for this video. All right, I think we're on to our last retargeting campaign that we need to set up, which is this one right here, which is offering 30 days free access to the Sales Funnel Training Vault if somebody buys in a product through one of our affiliate links. So let's go ahead and set this one up real quick and be done with it. All right, so here we are back in Google Ads, and I actually have to create a new campaign from like scratch because all my retargeting campaigns right now, they're focused on generating leads and buyers. But with this option, I'm focused on just getting clicks to my website. So I need to create a new campaign and set it up from scratch basically. So we'll do new campaign. And you would think that I'd want to do website traffic, but if you click on website traffic, you'll see that like the main objective becomes to drive conversions. And again, not trying to do that because we're not tracking any conversions. So I'm going to do a campaign without a goals, guidance, and then video. And then I'm just going to do custom video campaign and then continue. And then I got to go ahead and name it, right? So we got B dash, and it's retargeting, and it's non-buyers. So I called it retargeting non-buyers stream free vault days X through 30 because their starting day may change, but it's through days 30, and then all countries. We're going maximum CPV, campaign total or daily total. We're doing $5 a day, and we'll come on down here, select off of this, select off of this. Actually, we'll keep this top one selected. It'll come down to our ad, so it doesn't really matter. And languages we'll leave wide open. Locations, we're gonna open that wide open. I don't really care which country they come from as long as they want to buy a tool, right? That's the goal. And we'll leave standard inventory alone and excluded content types. I'm gonna leave this alone as well, leave it wide open. Advanced settings, so we can track conversions if we want to. I'll just leave it like this. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to auto optimize for us. We're going to do the optimization. Let's go ahead and turn off TV screens, frequency capping, cap frequency. And I'm actually going to go with 3 times a week on this one because it's a bit longer of a window. It could be like days 9 through 30. So that's like a 21-day window, and I don't want to overwhelm people with this. So 3 times a week I think is a fair amount. We can always increase or decrease it depending on how things are going. It'll be all day. Ad group name, we'll just do all devices. Again, it's retargeting. We don't have to be as specific on our devices and things like that. Demographics, leave wide open. Audiences, we can go ahead and select our audiences real quick. And basically we're just gonna throw in our 30-day audiences. So I'm gonna go with visited any page in the last 30 days or viewed any video in the last 30 days. And that's good for this one. I'm not gonna do anything with keywords or topics or placements. Maximum CPV, I'm gonna do 5 cents. I'm not gonna do any top content bid adjustment. I'll throw the link to our video in here. And I'm going to be doing a skippable in-stream ad in this case. And then I need to throw the link into my offer page. And I want to go ahead and add a call to action, of course, because that's how you get people to click over. And I'll just do learn more, 30 days free. And I'll leave these default settings and create campaign. And I'm going to go ahead and continue to my campaign real quick. And I want to go in here and I'm going to do another ad. We'll try a different like call to action or something, copy, and we'll go ahead and paste it and make sure it's in the right location, and it is. I'll go ahead and pause it after pasting. All right, now I'm gonna click in to edit this ad and edit ad. And I came up with some new call to action copy. So I got join free and then headline buying tools and join free. We'll see what happens, who knows. All right, save ad. That's why we go and we look at our data after it's been running a little bit and make adjustments. So let's go ahead and turn this thing on. I don't know why it shows like 18 copies in here, but whatever. Google's kind of funny sometimes. All right, now we need to go ahead and adjust our audiences and make sure we're targeting the right people. So we got 30 days people right here, and we need to go ahead and set up some exclusions. So audience exclusions, and of course we want to exclude the 540-day vault buyers, right? So let's go down here, purchase the vault in the last 540 days. But then we also want to exclude other people we're retargeting within our other campaigns. So let's filter and kind of pick through who else we're retargeting. So we do have leads in the 8 days, right? So we come over here, we have leads in 8 days. We're already targeting them and we don't want to target them twice. So we'll exclude them. Let's see who else we might have. So we got visited any page in the last 9 days. Again, these people are being targeted, right? Days 7 through 9 here. So got those folks coming on down here. Purchased the book in 7 days. So that's these buyers right here that we're targeting. Let's see what else we've got. Let's come on down here. Viewed any video in the last 9 days because we're targeting those folks. And let's just think this through for a second. So I'm excluding my book buyers. I'm excluding people that have visited my pages or watched my videos, aka my warm traffic audiences. I'm excluding people that have purchased the vault because they've already purchased the vault. And I'm excluding my leads because I am already retargeting them. And that seems like I'm excluding everybody I should be excluding, right? So let's go ahead and save that. And now I'll pop back out to the campaign level. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And it's actually already turned on, so I don't have to worry about it. So awesome. And would you look at that? Some of my ads have already started showing. I'm starting to get some impressions and I've got an engagement already. So cool. It seems like things are turning on and starting to work. So just to kind of recap on everything, I've gone ahead and I've set up some of my direct cold traffic campaigns, right? I still owe you one on discovery ads, so that's going to be coming soon. But I wanted to get these remarketing or retargeting campaigns up and running because they're very important. They're where you make your money, is in remarketing and retargeting. So I wanted to get those things live before the end of the day. And now I just got to let this thing run and make sure it starts generating some results and generating impressions and stuff like that. So in a day or two, I'll come back in here. I'll make sure like my ads are showing, because sometimes your ads don't show because maybe your audience is too small or your targeting is too specific or something like that. So we'll give it a day or two to go through all the approval processes, so that way the ads can go live, and then we'll take a look at what's going on. We might need to adjust our budget some. Like some of these budgets are kind of high probably for how large the audiences are. Like We never spend that amount of money, but we'll see. We'll let the data tell us what to do. And of course, we're going to go over that in the next section where we talk about optimization and tweaking and all that type of stuff. But hopefully you've been able to understand the structure. Again, my retargeting or remarketing campaigns are kind of advanced. They're like 4 tiers of retargeting, so it can get a little overwhelming. But hopefully it's making some sense. And again, we're going to come in here and keep an eye on things, make sure it's working, and we'll adjust. So you'll see it again and again and again as we go through the rest of this course. In this video, we're going to go ahead and set up an acquisition campaign using the discovery ad concept. So let's just get into it. Now, I did say that I wouldn't be able to do this today, but I found some time and here we are. So we already set a bunch of stuff up in regard to retargeting, as well as we did set up a direct campaign, and now we're setting up an acquisition campaign. So let's do it. So new campaign, and we kind of got to do it from scratch. We're going to go ahead and do create a campaign without a goals guidance, and we want to do a video campaign, and we're going to do custom video campaign and continue. And I'm going to go ahead and name my campaign real quick. So B- and I'll call it AC, and it is discovery, and we're going for sales funnel blueprints. And I'm going to use my custom intent audience for this one, sales funnels. I may come back and create one for keywords, but right now we're just going to do custom intent audience. That seems to be generating some results already, so let's go with what's already working, right? Now, bidding strategy, I'm going maximum CPV, campaign total. No, I'm going daily. I'm going daily budget of $20 a day. I don't have any end date in mind. Let's come on down here. We'll untick this video partners on the display network. All languages. Let's go for English. And country is United States. And coming on down here, we'll go with standard inventory and exclude types. I'm going to exclude these types, and I'm going to exclude mature for my cold audiences. And coming on down, so conversions, I'll go with account. We'll choose conversions. And I've already created an action set, so I'm going to come over here to conversion action sets and select leads and buyers and go ahead and save. Now, since we've chosen a campaign setting that doesn't auto-optimize, like it doesn't matter what we really select here, but we do want to record our conversions, so we're going to go ahead and keep track of it, but I just wanted to point out to you that it's not going to automatically optimize for you. All right, moving on down here, let's go ahead and remove TV screens because we don't like those for conversions. Frequency capping. And since this is discovery, I'm actually not going to set any limit right now because I don't care how many times the ad shows up. We'll see how many times people click on it and things of that nature. So we're going to leave frequency capping wide open, and if we need to adjust things, we'll adjust things later on. No big deal. Ad schedule all day, every day. And then we'll do mobile and tablets. And again, we're going to set up desktop later on. All right, so demographics, I'm going to leave that wide open. Audiences, I need to go ahead and select my custom intent audience. So let's pop into here real quick. And I'll go ahead and just search for CI for custom intent and select my audience here. And then I can scroll on down. I'm not messing with keywords or topics or placements. Maximum cost per view, I'm going with 5 cents to start. And then I need to go ahead and plug in the link to my video. So let me grab that real quick and paste it on in here. And I want to go ahead and select the video discovery ad option. And I'm going to leave the thumbnail that I added. Of course, I tried to make a clickable thumbnail, so we're going to go with that. And I'm going to use the headline that I selected for the video. So free download, sales funnel blueprints. And then I'm going to write some description copy real quick. And so I came up with save time by using these free sales funnel blueprints to plan your fun. And of course, we can go ahead and test different variations if we want to. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and create our campaign and continue to campaign. And let's go ahead and click into our ad group real quick. And so right now is a time that would be a good time to go ahead and create different ad variations to test different copy, headlines, etc. But I'm actually running very, very short on time at the moment, so I do not have the time to go ahead and create different variations. So I'm going to leave it as it is. I can come back later and add different ad variations, no big deal. But what I do need to do before we go live is go into my audiences real quick and I do need to set up a couple of exclusions so that way I'm not advertising to people that have already, purchased something from me or already are on my list or something like that, right? So let's set up these exclusions real quick by going to audience exclusions. And I'm going to go ahead and exclude them from my entire campaign. And let's go ahead and select my various audiences that I want to exclude. So I got 540 days. And we've got leads in the last 540 days, purchase the vault in the last 540 days. And I actually want the B version of it. Purchased the book in the last 540 days. So we don't want any of those people to be targeted with our ads. And then we need to exclude a couple 30-day audience as well because we're already targeting them for other reasons. 30 days. So we got visited any page in the last 30 days as well as viewed any video in the last 30 days. And that should cover it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now I do need to go ahead and do something with my devices. So let's come on down here to devices real quick. And this is my mobile and tablet ad group. So let's go ahead and decrease my bid adjustment for desktop by 100%, right? So save. And then I need to come up a level real quick. So let's click into here. Let's go right here and go to ad groups then. And I want to go ahead and duplicate my ad group. So edit, copy, and we'll go ahead and paste it. And make sure we're in the right spot, which we are. So we'll hit done and we'll go ahead and pause it after pasting and wait for it to load. And now we want to go ahead and change this to desktop devices. So we'll go with desktops and save. And then let's go in here and edit it real quick. And devices. And we need to change our budget bid adjustment amount. So we'll change this to 0. And then mobile phones, we're going to decrease by 100%, 100. And tablets, we're also going to decrease by 100%. 1,000% decrease. Okay, decrease by 1,000%. So now we're only targeting computers. And so that is good. We can come back up here now. And we'll go to all campaign level. And we'll make sure that we are turned on. And we see right here that our campaign is already turned on. And I believe all the settings are correct. So we're going to let this thing run for a little bit and see what happens. Now I'll see you in a couple days once everything's been approved and we've had a little bit of time to get some data. Now you'll see the video in 30 seconds from now, but it'll be a couple days since I touch anything. So this is it. We've set everything up. Let's see what happens. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and set up another acquisition discovery campaign, but this time instead of using the custom intent audience that I have, I'm going to go ahead and use the keywords that I have. So this will go pretty quick because I already have a discovery campaign and I can pretty much just copy it and swap out the keywords and targeting options. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it real quick. So copy, and I'll go ahead and paste it and wait for it to go. Oh, and make sure I'm in the right spot, which I am. And pause new campaigns after pasting and paste. And I'll go ahead and wait for it to paste in here. All right, so here it is. Let's go ahead and change the name a little bit. So instead of CI for custom intent, it's KW for keywords, but everything else is the same. So we'll leave it all the same. So save. And then let's go ahead and click into it. And I want to come over to my audiences. And I want to go ahead and delete out my custom intent audiences. So I'll go ahead and remove those because, again, I'm going to be using keywords instead of custom intent audiences. So I don't want to target those. Make sure my exclusions are still in place, which they are. So that's good. I want to make sure I'm excluding anybody that's already, engaged with me in any sort of way. All right, so coming up here to keywords now. And I want to go ahead and add keywords. And we have two different ad groups we can choose from. And I'll just do desktop first. And we'll paste it in there. Oh, not that. Grab my keyword list and paste my keyword list in there. There we go. That makes it easier or better. All right, so there's all my keywords for my desktops ad group. Now let's go ahead and do next one, mobile and tablets ad group. Paste all my keywords in there for that and save. And so very cool, I now have keywords for both of my ad groups. They're the same keywords, but I'm targeting different devices on each ad group. And I could go ahead and click into my ad group and make sure my ads have copied over and all that type of stuff, right? So yep, there's my ads still showing up here. So that's good. I like seeing that. And now I can go back out to the campaign level, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my new campaign and start letting it run and collect more people watching my videos. And so that was a quick, easy video since we already had created a discovery campaign, but I wanted to create another one that focused on keyword targeting because I like keywords a little more than custom intent. Again, custom intent is more for scaling, whereas keywords is more precise. And anyway, that is it for this video. Alright, so it's been about 24 hours since I launched all these different campaigns, ad groups, and ads, and I just want to, take a look at what's going on because we set this thing live and now we want to make sure that stuff's working, right? So I recommend you do the same thing. You set it live, give it a day or so to take hold, make sure your ads get approved and all that stuff, and then come in here and check on it and see if it's, doing something. You want it to be doing something. And as you can tell, some of mine are doing some things, like I have impressions and engagements on some of these campaigns, but some of them, nothing's going on. So, there could be an issue here, or maybe my audience is too small, and I might need to reconfigure who I'm targeting and things like that. So this is good. We have some issues, so you'll see some troubleshooting going on here. If everything ran perfectly right out of the gate, then if you had issues, you'd be like, what do I do? And now that you see that I'm having some issues, it happens. It's part of the process. It's figuring out these issues and troubleshooting them. So anyway, let's take a quick look of what has happened. So we have my direct campaigns and my acquisition campaigns, and these are targeting larger audiences, right? So if we come back to the plan, we have our cold traffic, and we got some keyword and custom intent campaigns going on. So these are big, large audiences, and I shouldn't have any problems delivering to these larger audiences. So if we look at my account here, we see my direct campaign, acquisition campaign. They're generating impressions and results. Now this one with the keywords, I just launched it like 10 minutes ago, so it's still at 0, but I imagine it'll start, picking up people soon. And of course I'll keep an eye on it, but it looks like my cold audience stuff is working. So that's good. Of course, you want that to be working. Coming up into retargeting stuff, I only have 2 campaigns that are currently generating impressions and engagements. I have my warm traffic days 4 through 6, the ones that are sending people to the sales funnel book. So this group of people right here, it's working. And then I have days 7 through 9 of my warm traffic audience. And then I have another warm traffic audience, days 7 through 9, sending people to the vault, right? So these folks down here, days 7 through 9, going to the vault. So they're working as well. I'm a little confused as to why this other warm traffic audience isn't working right now, days 0 through 3. Like, why hasn't it fired off yet? So I'm a little concerned or whatever. I need to keep an eye on it, obviously, because if these ones are going off, then days 0 through 3 should also be going off. Now maybe the ad took longer to go through the approval process, and we'll take a look at what's going on inside of here shortly. But yeah, I would think this one would be going off as well. And then this one right here is my non-buyers one. So if we come back over here, this is the people that came through the vault or through the entire advertising campaign, but did not buy the vault. And it's sending them to my affiliate offer. And it should be a pretty large audience. It's everybody from days like 10 through 30. So that's a 20-day window. So there should be a lot of people in this audience, and there should be some delivery happen on this one as well. So I'm a little concerned about this one as well. My retargeting leads audiences or campaigns, and my retargeting buyers campaigns, these are small audiences, like, a couple hundred maybe, at least for the leads, and maybe, even less buyers. So they're small audiences, and Google typically recommends having over 1,000 people in your audience. So, these are small, and I could see them not working, and I may need to restructure how I'm targeting these people here. So while I would like them to work, I understand that they might not, and I've understood that from the get-go. So seeing zeros here is not super shocking. I'm going to let it ride, and hopefully, things happen. But if it doesn't, we'll make some adjustments in a day or two. But these two right here, they should see some impressions and interactions, given that these two have seen impressions and interactions. So I'm a little concerned here. So anyway, let's go ahead and examine what's going on. So I'm going to click into here and let's go ahead and look at my ads, make sure my ads are approved. So my ads are approved, so that's good. It apparently doesn't have anything to do with my ads. So let me go ahead and check out my audiences real quick. Maybe I'm doing something funky here. So we see I have 3 audiences here, and I've already done a little manipulation, and I'll show you what I did in a second. But I have my first audience here, so visited any page in the last 3 days, and then viewed any video in the last 3 days. And we see that there's between 800 to 1.2 or 1,200 people on this audience. So there should be enough people to be targeting. So these ads should be delivering. I'm not sure what is going on. And then I created a combined audience, which is a little trick, and I'll show you how it works and why you might want to give it a shot. But anyway, it seems like my audiences, even though it says that it's too small to target, like it's still large enough that there should be some delivery going on here. Let me come over to exclusions real quick. So my exclusions are leads, book buyers, vault buyers, and then video engagers. And so these exclusions look good. I'm not excluding anybody that's visited a page or viewed a video in the last 3 days. So it doesn't seem to be anything with my audiences or my exclusions. I can come on down here to settings as well and just make sure like everything looks okay. I'll come check out devices, make sure this all looks okay. And I didn't accidentally like zero these out to negative 100% across the board or anything crazy like that. Let's check out placements, and I don't mess with placements, so I shouldn't see anything here. Let's see if we had any exclusions or anything. Nope. Demographics, again, I don't mess with any of these settings, so they should all be green and whatnot, but let's just double check. Who knows, maybe I got crazy and started turning things off and I shouldn't have, but I don't see anything, right? Nothing funky going on in there. We already looked at audiences, but let's come to keywords real quick. I haven't selected any keywords. There's no negative keywords here. Landing pages, videos, none of that has anything to do with it, and we already looked at my ads and saw that they were approved. So everything seems to be fine. So I'm not sure why it hasn't started yet, and maybe it's just slow. I'm going to give it another 24 hours, and if nothing's happened, I'm going to go ahead and reach out to the support team and be like, hey, I launched this a couple days ago and nothing's happening. And sometimes things just get stuck in the Google atmosphere or whatever you want to call it. So it might just be stuck, and one of their admin people can come in here and unstick it, and it'll be fine. So I'm gonna give it 24 more hours to see what happens. And to save some time on this video, I'm not gonna show you the whole process again as I go through this campaign. I'll go through the entire, look at everything again in this campaign, but I'll do it off the video so I don't waste any time on your end. But I'm going to go through, make sure the ads are approved, make sure my audiences make sense, make sure I didn't turn off or on any settings randomly. So I'm just going to check everything again, and then I'm going to wait 24 hours, and if nothing's happened, I'll go ahead and reach out to the support team, and hopefully they can unstick things. And as for these ones, I'll go ahead and look at them as well, but they're probably not going to run. The audiences are too small, and that's fine. I'll make some adjustments later on, and I'll show you when I do that. And now a little trick for these small audiences error message. So if we come in, let me click on this one real quick and go to audiences. So we see right here, we get an error message that says too small to target for Google properties. And they say that you should have 1,000 people on that list in order to start, sending impressions. And you see that I am getting this error message, but I'm also getting impressions. So this error message is kind of like, I don't know, guidelines maybe, or something to be mindful of. But even if you get this error message, you can still get impressions. But now for a little trick that I've picked up, and that's to combine your audiences. So we have these two audiences, viewed any video 6 days and visited any page in 6 days, and Google says they're too small. So what we could do is we can go to Tools and Settings and Audience Manager, and we'll create a new audience, a custom combination. And what I want to go ahead and do is look for my 6-day audiences. Oh, if I get spelled correctly. And I'll go with website visitor, so visited any page in the last 6 days, and then viewed any video in the last 6 days. And I want to make sure that I'm using any of these audiences, so I want the OR statement here. So you want to do OR and done. And so now what I've essentially done is combine two different audiences into one audience, so that way, it like adds up the values. So maybe I only had, 500 people visit a page in the last 6 days, and only 500 people view any video in the last 6 days. But 500 plus 500 equals 1,000, which is the number of people you need on a list in order for Google to start sending traffic to it. So this is kind of a way to beef up your audiences. So hopefully Google will start to deliver your ad. So I could go ahead and name this one, and I'll go ahead and create this audience here. And I can go back to my campaign. So I can back out here and go to my campaigns. And I want to go to my 6-day warm traffic one. So I pop into here and I go to my audiences, and I can go ahead and edit it and select an ad group, and I only have one ad group. And I want to look up my 6-day audience that I just created. So my combined list 6 days. So I can add that in here, save it. And so now, like I said before, I've combined this audience and this audience right here into one single audience, which should be large enough to trigger Google Ads to start delivering impressions on my ads. So that combined audience trick can be a great way to get around that 1,000-person rule that Google Ads has. All right, so we've gone through a couple of troubleshooting procedures so far in this video. We went through and just examined why these two campaigns weren't running, and everything looks like it should be running, so we're gonna give it another 24 hours, and if we're still having problems, we're gonna reach out to Google support, and hopefully they can fix whatever might be happening on the back end, and hopefully delivery and impressions start happening soon. We also talked about combining your different audience lists in order to make a larger list, so that way you can get past that 1,000-person limit that Google Ads has. And now to kind of wrap things up, let's see how things are doing that's actually getting impressions. So let me go ahead and sort it by impressions real quick. And we'll do more talk on this as we go through the different days, and when we get into the optimization section, we'll talk a lot more about doing this type of stuff. But since we're here and you might be interested in what's happened in the last 24 hours, I want to show it to you, and we might actually make some changes to our advertising efforts. All right, so the first campaign I'm looking at is my acquisition campaign, discovery ads for sales funnel blueprints, and I'm using my custom intent sales funnels audience. And so we got impressions and interactions and interaction rate. So this is basically the click-through rate of people that have seen the ad for my video, and the percent of people that have clicked on the ad for my video. So, this might be low, this might be high. It's hard to tell without having something to test against. And that's why I went ahead and I launched the other acquisition discovery campaign based on the keywords, right? So I launched this, so hopefully I can get some more data and try and optimize this, because you want the interaction rate as high as humanly possible, right? Because that usually yields better results. Now I am only paying 4 cents per view, so that's reasonable, it seems. Of course, time will tell, because it doesn't matter how cheap it is if it's not generating results. Now I've only spent $7.71 so far, so that's negligible. It's generated 0 clicks so far, and so 0 click-through rate, 0 conversions, etc. It's still very young. I'm not concerned about it. I'm going to let it keep going. And once this keyword one picks up, we'll go ahead and see, if one's generating results more so than the other one. All right, moving on down here, a direct campaign, stream or in-stream one, sales funnel blueprints, custom intent audience, and here's the stats for it. And so we can see our impressions, and then our engagements or views is another word for it. So interaction rate, and then average cost of 4 cents, similar to the display ads that I have running up here. And I spent about $40. It's generated 14 clicks over to my website, which is a click-through rate of 0.66%, so that seems kind of low to me. But again, it's hard to tell, because at the end of the day, what matters is results. And again, we're going to talk more about optimization and making decisions later on. And so I'm going pretty quick right here, but again, we'll talk about optimization, making decisions in the next section. So cost per click is $2.85, which seems pretty high to me, but again, we'll figure that out. Had 5 conversions, conversion rate of 0.56%, and cost per conversion of $7.97. So that seems pretty high. I'm also comparing it to Facebook. I'm spending a lot less on Facebook to generate these results, but again, I launched it 24 hours ago. It's had no time to optimize or anything like that. I've made no optimization with it. It's just right out of the box, these are the results it's generated, and we can improve from here. So we got the ball rolling, we got stuff happening, so that's cool. Coming on down here, the same concept, except instead of targeting my custom intent audience, I'm targeting my keyword audience. So we can see the impressions and the engagements or interactions here, and the interaction rate, and average cost is 6 cents. So it's a little bit more expensive than the custom intent audience, but you know, whatever. I spent about 40 bucks. Generated twice as many clicks, however. So click-through rate is 1.74. So that's cool. That's much better. I like seeing that, as it shows like this could be a better option right here. Also, cost per click, of course, is lower. Conversions is 6, so that's cool. It's one more than my custom intent audience. Conversion rate's almost 1%, so getting there. And then cost per conversion, $6.73. So, you know, this seems to be a better option. The keyword targeting seems to be a better option than custom intent. And you know what? I actually kind of expect that, because like I've said previously, custom intent is more for scaling than it is for like initial targeting and optimization. Typically, when I'm in a quote-unquote real-life scenario, I would not set up a custom intent audience like right out of the gate like I have here in this course. The main reason I did it in this course is to show you how it works and how we can kind of compare it to keyword targeting. But in real life, I would start off with keyword targeting only. That's what I always go with, because there's a lot more optimization that we can go ahead and do with keyword targeting compared to custom intent targeting. And I also want to point out real quick that Google Ads is slow on reporting conversions. So to get a more accurate view of the conversions that have been generated, I recommend going to Google Analytics. And you can come into acquisition here, and then you can go to Google Ads and campaigns, and we can scroll down here. Make sure you got your date ranges selected, so that's the way you're getting the most accurate time frame. And then we can scroll on down here, and we can make sure we select the correct goal. So again, I'm going after the sales funnel blueprint downloads right here, and we see the campaigns that are currently running and the clicks and the costs and all that stuff. So basically the same reporting that we have in Google Ads we have over here in Google Analytics, because you know we connected them together, and we can see my conversions as well. So 6 and 5, which is what's being reported over here. So it looks like Google Ads has caught up to what Google Analytics is reporting. So that's good that we're looking at the most accurate information here in Google Ads, but normally, if you want the most accurate information, you come over to Google Analytics and look at how your campaigns are performing, because it'll give you like real time what has happened. So I just wanted to point that out to you real quick. If you're not seeing any conversions inside of Google Ads and you think there should be some conversions, come over, look at Google Analytics and see if it's reporting conversions. All right, let's go look at these retargeting campaigns real quick. So we got the one for the Vault and also the sales funnel book, and you know, it's got some delivery going on, interaction rates, cost, clicks, and so on. You know, there's not enough information to make any decisions right here. They just started delivering. I'm not super concerned about anything. I'm just honestly happy to see that delivery is happening. And I'm hoping that my other retargeting campaigns start delivering shortly as well. And so that's it for this video. I might see you in a day, or it might be a couple days from now that I see you again, but hopefully all my retargeting stuff is up and running and we can go ahead and start making some awesome decisions. All right, so we're about 48 hours into launching the ads, and I just wanted to give you a quick update, and also I'm going to make a couple changes, so I want to show you those changes as well, try and show you everything that I'm doing in here. So anyway, you can see that some of those warm traffic audiences that I was kind of concerned about yesterday have started to deliver. So this day 0 through 3 one has started to deliver and generating some clicks and conversions and all that type of stuff, so very cool. It actually turned on like right when I was finishing recording yesterday's video. So I don't know, sometimes it takes 24, 48 hours for it to go through like the whole Google Ads approval process. So that one started going off, and then my days X through 30 started going off as well. So very cool, they started to do their thing. You can see I've got some more conversions going on between my different campaigns as well. So, you know, conversions are great, and I'll talk more on that in just a second here. But what I did want to point out is that my lead audiences as well as my buyer audiences. So if you remember, I had the lead audiences going to the sales funnel book, and then days 5 through 8 of the lead audience going to the Vault, and then my buyer's audience had a 7-day retarget going for the Vault. But these audiences aren't large enough, and this was my concern yesterday, was that they weren't going to ever deliver because the audiences are too small. So I'm going to make a couple changes here to make sure I'm delivering ads to these people. So this is what I'm going to go ahead and do. If we come down here, I'm updated like my chart here. So basically, I'm removing my leads and my buyers' audiences, and I'm just going to include those people, my leads and my buyers, in my warm target audiences. Now this isn't as ideal as I've originally tried to set it up for. Like originally how I set it up was like if somebody became a lead, like they would leave the warm traffic audience and go straight into the lead audience, and they start seeing ads for the sales funnel book like right away. But now since they're just going to be in the warm traffic audience, like if they opt in and become a lead, well, they're going to have to wait until days 4 through 6 in order to see the sales funnel book. So they won't see the ads for the sales funnel book right away. They got to wait a time period. And also if somebody came through, saw the free sales funnel blueprints and then bought the book, in an ideal world, I'd want to start showing them ads for the vault right away. However, since the audiences are too small and the ads aren't delivering, I'm going to have to put those people in the warm traffic audiences as well. And then they're just going to have to hang out in there for about 7 days until they start seeing ads for the vault. So again, it's not as ideal, but we got to get these ads in front of the people, and hopefully it'll all work out in the long run. And so that's kind of what I've shown you in this picture here. Was I've removed the lead and buyers audiences, and I'm just going to target everybody in my warm traffic audiences. So let's come over here and do what needs to be done. So I need to go ahead and update my sales funnel book targeting option. So let's click into this one real quick, and I want to go to audiences. And I want to come down to exclusions real quick. And I want to go ahead and remove this lead exclusion because now I'm going and I'm targeting these leads. So I don't want to exclude leads if I'm going to start targeting leads, right? So let's go ahead and remove this exclusion. And let me make sure I'm not excluding anybody else that I shouldn't be. And so that all looks fine. And so let me come back out to my campaign level real quick. And I need to go ahead and update my vault retargeting. So let's come in here and go into my audiences real quick, and I need to go into my exclusions, and I need to go ahead and remove my book buyer audience as well as my lead audience, because again, I'm now targeting leads and book buyers in my warm traffic audience, right? Hopefully you're following along with what I'm saying. So let's remove these, and there we go. My exclusions now look good. So let me come back to the campaign level real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off these 3 campaigns since they're not running anyway, and I don't want to accidentally run them in case my audiences do get large enough or something like that. So we'll leave them turned off for now, and we'll just run with the warm traffic audiences. All right, so the next thing I'm going to look at in my account is the 2 campaigns that are generating the most traffic, which are my direct campaigns, my cold direct campaigns. So let's go ahead and sort this real quick by clicks so we can bring them together. So I got the one with keywords focused on sales funnels, and then I got my custom intent audience focused on sales funnels. And we can see that the keyword one appears to be doing significantly better, a lot more clicks and conversions. And I actually want to come over to Google Analytics and do my compare here, because again, Google Analytics is more real time, whereas Google Ads has a delayed effect. So let's check out how Google Analytics is doing. And to get to it, I went into Google Analytics, acquisition, and then Google Ads and campaigns, and that brings you to this area right here. So now I can go ahead and compare like more real-time stats. And we see like I have 14 conversions for the Sales Funnel Blueprint download versus what it's saying over here, which is 11 and 5. And so I actually have 14 and 6. So there you go. That's how you can see now that Google Ads is a little delayed in their stats reporting, and if you're making decisions, make sure you're looking at the most up-to-date information. And like I was saying, just by looking at it, we see that the keyword campaign is doing a lot better than the custom intent one, and I kind of figured it would. Again, keywords, a lot more flexibility there. Custom intent is used more for scaling, and we're not at the scaling point yet, so we still have a lot of room to improve with keywords, and keywords is already outperforming the custom intent audience. So just to be sure, I'm going to come down to video campaigns right here, and I'm going to go ahead and compare views to conversions for both of these campaigns and try and make a educated decision. Now I'll include more information on this in the optimization section of this course, so you'll know how to make good decisions regarding your advertising efforts. But what I want to do is go to an A/B test calculator, and I like Neil Patel's one because it's simple and clean and seems to do the right thing. And so I'm going to do 494 views. I'm comparing views to conversions. So 494 views to 6 conversions. So 494 views to 6 conversions is a 1% rate. And come back over here. And then 436 views, 14 conversions. 436, 14, 436, 14. All right, so now we see test B converted 165% better than test A. I am 98% certain that the changes in test B will improve your conversion rates. And your A/B test is statistically significant. So what this is saying is we have enough data right here to say that my keyword campaign is a lot better than my custom intent campaign. So given that information, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna shut off my custom intent campaign because we're doing better with the keyword campaign and we haven't even touched it for optimization purposes. Now, given that I just cut off $20, I'm gonna go ahead and ramp this thing up to $30 and save it. So we'll spend a little bit more money, drive a little bit more traffic, hopefully get some more results, more optimization, and all that type of stuff. And now I believe the last thing I wanna look at today are my acquisition discovery campaigns that I have running here. So I have one with the custom intent audience and one with the keyword audience. And we see that we're getting some views here. It doesn't look like we're getting any results out of these yet, but I've only spent $15, which, you know, it's getting up there in terms of getting clicks and whatnot. And I've only spent 48 cents on the keyword ones. So that's not enough to know if it's working or not. Anyway, I do want to spend some more money on these to see if we can get some results going on. So what I want to do is I want to click into here and look at what's going on with my ad group. So it seems, 99% of my stuff is happening on mobile and tablets, and I've only had 4 impressions on desktops. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to increase my cost per view bid on desktop devices to 10 cents. And hopefully that'll start getting some more delivery on desktop devices. And, I think discovery ads actually work better on desktop devices. So I want to, test them out by getting more traffic over to them. So hopefully by increasing my CPV, I'll get some more traffic to desktop devices. And I'm going to come back out and do the same thing with my keyword campaign. So I'll click into here and you see I have some impressions but no views yet. I'm going to go ahead and increase my CPV so I can hopefully drive some more traffic to the desktop discovery ads and hopefully start generating some results over here as well. And so there we go. We've made some changes today. We've removed our buyers and leads campaigns and combined them into our warm traffic campaigns. So hopefully that starts driving more leads and buyers into different ads and we can improve our conversion rates. I also went ahead and turned off my direct campaign that was using the custom intent sales funnels audience because it's not doing as well as the keyword audience. And I increased the budget on the keyword audience, so hopefully we can get some more data here. And finally, we increased the budgets of our acquisition discovery campaigns on our desktop devices, trying to get some more views on desktop to see if that helps with our conversions and clicks and all that type of stuff. And that is it for this video. I don't think I'm going to make any more changes for a couple days, but who knows, if something goes haywire, I'll pop in here and let you know. But I think we got stuff running now, and I want to let it run and get some data before we start making more decisions. So I'll see you in a few days. Alright, so we're about 3.5 to 4 days into this advertising effort, and I'm gonna make a couple small tweaks real quick. And so I just wanted to record what I'm doing so you can see what I'm doing. And my tweaks are gonna be to my acquisition discovery campaigns. Remember, I have one for custom intent audiences, and then I have one down here for keyword sales funnel audiences. And you see I'm getting some views and everything, so that's pretty cool. Discovery campaigns are a great way to bring in cold traffic and warm them up, and I like discovery campaigns a lot because you can get traffic to your videos. So you make a great video on whatever topic you're talking about and you can bring cold traffic in, have people watch your video and get to know, like, and trust you, subscribe to you, etc. Now in my particular case here, I set up my discovery ads with like a call to action. It's the free sales funnel blueprint ad. And so it's an ad. It's not an informational video, an educational video, an entertaining video. Like, it's an ad. And I need clicks on it and I need conversions on it for it to make sense. So my strategy is a little bit different from, taking cold traffic and warming them up to me and my channel. Mine's more of like a direct ad because people are clicking on it. It's an ad. asking for them to go download the sales funnel blueprint. So it's a little bit more aggressive, and I do need clicks and conversions on it in order for it to make sense. And I'm not getting that right now, especially compared to like my direct stream video of the sales funnel blueprints with the keyword targeting. Like, it's doing a lot better than my acquisition discovery campaign. So I'm gonna make some changes. I'm gonna go ahead and pause my custom intent one, because I've spent, what have I spent? $27 and generated no traffic. So we'll go ahead and pause it. And then I'm going to come down here to my keyword one real quick. I've only spent $1.52, no traffic, but $1.52 is pretty low, and I'm not getting many views on this one. So what I want to go ahead and do is I'm going to make a couple changes here. I'm going to stop targeting mobile and tablets. On a mobile device, when you're watching a YouTube video, like, it's hard to see the comments, it's hard to see the description, right? Because that stuff's like hidden. I don't know if you ever watch YouTube videos on your mobile device, but like comments and description aren't visible easily. And since I'm trying to get people to click things, I need the description and the comments to be visible, because that's where my link is for people to click on. And so kind of my thought here is mobile and tablet is kind of bad to target here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause mobile and tablets. I'm going to focus solely on desktop devices. I'm going to ramp up my CPV to 15 cents, because I do want to get some traffic going over here, and so I can start seeing which if keywords are working and things like that. So that way I can also demonstrate some optimization for you guys in the next section as well. So that's kind of my goal here, is I need some traffic on some keywords so I can show you how to do some manual optimization on keywords. So anyway, that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you the changes I was making to my acquisition campaigns, and I just want to make it clear, like, the acquisition discovery campaigns are really awesome for converting cold traffic into people that have seen your videos. And that's typically how I use a discovery campaign, is to bring cold traffic into my channel, into my world, watching videos that other people are already watching and enjoying. Whereas this time I'm taking people to an ad and I want them to click on it. So it's a little bit different of a strategy. And I don't want you thinking like acquisition or discovery ads don't work. They definitely do, but at this point in time, they're not working with my video and my calls to action in my video. So it's my video, it's my fault it's not working. It's not the discovery ads aren't working. Alrighty, so that's it. Hopefully we get some more traffic over here, and I'll see you in a couple days. In this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about the quote-unquote bucket strategy. And the reason for this video is because I received some feedback of the last campaign that we set up, where we had a bunch of videos and we went through the entire process together and set everything up. And people were kind of overwhelmed by all the audiences, the exclusions, the day segmentation, and ad sequencing and all that stuff. So it was a bit overwhelming for some newer folks. So that's why I want to show you another strategy that's a lot simpler to set up and easier to understand. And I call it the bucket strategy, and that's what we're going to go ahead and discuss in this video. And this is essentially what the strategy looks like. So again, we're going to start with cold traffic and usually in-stream or discovery ads, keywords or intent-based audiences. Bring them to a piece of content, or we could go ahead and show them content on YouTube. So we could go ahead and use a discovery ad, bring people to a video, convert them from cold to warm, and then we start retargeting them. Or in my case, I'm bringing them to a page where they go and they can download some sales funnel blueprints, and they get warmed up that way. And then basically anybody that's engaged with us, in my case in the last 7 days, of course, you could do 3 days, you could do 14 days, you could do whatever day range you want to go ahead and do, but this is like your bucket. And so these people go in this bucket for 7 days in my example, and we're retargeting everyone that is engaged with me, whether they engaged with the ad over here, or maybe they landed on my website organically, or maybe they went through one of my Facebook ads, clicked over to my website, and now they're in my YouTube or Google ad retargeting or remarketing audiences as well. So I'm including everyone, not just people that have engaged with my ad over here. Okay, so everyone goes into this bucket here for 7 days. And during the 7 days, I'm going to show them several different offers. So the first offer I'm going to show them is my 18 free funnels, which again is used to generate leads. Another offer I'm going to show them is my sales funnel book offer, which is a free plus shipping offer. Another offer I'm going to show them is for the Vault. So again, that's my flagship training platform. And then I have 2 videos on Facebook ad mistakes and YouTube ad mistakes. So I'm going to show them just pure good content as well, trying to warm them up, show people I know what I'm talking about, etc. And they're going to be showing these offers whenever they're showing these offers. They're not set up in an order. They're not sequenced. For example, up here, we sequenced them, right? So they clicked over here, and then for 3 days, we tried to get them to opt in. And then for days 4 through 6, we tried to get them to buy the book. And days 7 through 9, we tried to get them to buy the vault. Whereas if they became a lead, then we were trying to sell them the book right away. And, you know, we brought them through like a series of steps. Down here, they're showing the ads whenever YouTube decides to show them the ads. So it could be they see an 18 free funnels ad, then the next ad they see is for a 5 mistakes video, and then the next ad they see is a vault video, and then the next ad they see is another vault video, and then they see a sales funnel book video. So it's all, you know, mixed together for 7 days. And we are going to go ahead and exclude people, of course, that have already taken the actions that we wanted them to take. So for example, I'm going to exclude everybody that's already become a lead, or I'm going to exclude everyone that's already purchased the book, or I'm going to exclude everyone that purchased the vault, or I'm going to exclude everybody that's already watched one of the videos. So that way I'm not showing them ads for actions or offers that they've already taken me up on. And when we go into my ads manager, you'll see exactly my exclusions and all that type of stuff. And then I have like another bucket over here. So they go through this 7-day bucket right here. And then if they didn't buy the vault through this whole 7-day bucket, well, they go into a day 7 through 11 bucket. So basically 4 days. And I'm going to show them my affiliate offer where if they go through one of my affiliate links, I'll give them 30 days free access to the vault. And again, that's kind of like my catch-all campaign. So hopefully you're already seeing how this is much simpler. We don't have all these exclusions we have to worry about. We don't have to set up all these different day ranges or get too crazy. So let's head over to the ads manager and I'll show you kind of how it's all set up. So here we are in the ads manager. And I'll go ahead and start at the top here. So here's my direct campaign, which is an in-stream ad for my sales funnel blueprints, keyword focused, you know, I'm targeting the US. And so we saw this in the last course or the last section. It's this, you know, campaign right here, just taking people to the sales funnel blueprints. And then of course, they're going into my retargeting audience. Let me go ahead and I'll go ahead and click into it. And so you can kind of see my audiences and my exclusions. So again, no audience because I'm doing a keyword focused one, but we can go ahead and look at my exclusions real quick. And so I'm excluding everyone that's already purchased the vault because I don't need to try and sell them the vault again if they've already purchased it. And I'm also excluding everybody that's engaged with me in the last 11 days. Again, that basically brings them through the entire advertising campaign that I have set up here. So that's it for my cold audiences. And then we get into all my retargeting right here. So let's look through it kind of quickly. So I have my retargeting stream for the vault, retargeting stream for the sales funnel book. Here's my discovery. So 5 YouTube ad mistakes. I'm running them as discovery ads. So somebody will see, you know, my ad in the sidebar of 5 YouTube ad mistakes, and I go ahead and click on it and watch it and fall in love with me and want to buy my stuff, right? Another in-stream ad for the sales funnel blueprints, and then 18 free sales funnels, and then 5 Facebook ad mistakes. So again, coming over here, there's the 18 free funnels, the sales funnel book, the vault, 5 mistake videos, and so on. So those are the campaigns that basically, you know, represent what I have right here, my offers. So we can go ahead and click into them real quick. I'll show you my audiences and my exclusions. So who I'm retargeting is everybody that's engaged with Crazy Ad Marketing in the last 7 days. So these are people that have landed on my website or viewed a page or watched one of my videos in the last 7 days. And then for my exclusions, I'm just excluding everybody that has purchased the vault, right? Because this is my vault campaign. And so again, I don't need to try and sell anybody the vault that's already purchased the vault, right? So that makes some sense. But see how it's simpler? We're not worried about days and all that other stuff. All right, moving on down. So the sales funnel book, same concept as the vault. So audience engaged in the last 7 days, exclusions, people that have already purchased the book, people that have already purchased the vault, right? That makes some sense. Coming on back, and we'll go into YouTube ad mistakes. So this is my discovery campaign, and we'll go into my audience real quick. So again, engage with it. Crazy Ad Marketing the last 7 days. Again, that's my bucket, right? So hopefully that's making lots of sense. I don't think there should be any confusion, but you know, who knows? All right, exclusions. So people that have already purchased a vault, and then I'm excluding people that have already watched the YouTube ad mistakes video. They already watched it. Don't need to show it to them again. So there we go. Coming back out, and I guess we'll keep going. So sales funnel blueprints, and we'll go into audiences. And again, 7 days, exclusions. They purchased the vault already. They already visited my sales funnel blueprint page, or they've already downloaded the sales funnel blueprints. Okay, makes sense. And so on. So I don't know if you need to see any more. They're all the same thing. Facebook ad mistakes, audiences, 7-day bucket, excluding people that have already purchased the vault and already watched my Facebook ad mistakes video. So very simple concept, very simple setup. And then for my free vault offer, days 7 through 11, so this campaign over here, it's a little more advanced. This does do the segmentation, the day segmentation, or day ranges. So we'll go into audiences real quick. So engage with Crazy on Marketing in the last 11 days. So, 11 days. And then we're going to exclude people that have engaged in the last 7 days, right? So that creates that gap of between 7 to 11 days. And then, of course, I want to exclude people that have already purchased the vault, right? And that's pretty much, the structure of it all. It's pretty simple, pretty cut and dry, but it does produce good results. Now, they're not as good of results as when you get all fancy and everything, but again, at the end of the day, if you can't understand this or wrap your head around this or can't quite get this to work correctly, well, then it doesn't matter how good it could work if it's not working, right? So I'd rather you have something and be comfortable and confident and sure that it's going to work than have you banging your head against the wall trying to figure this stuff out. So if this stuff is too much, too overwhelming, I recommend the bucket strategy. Really, the only downsides to it are you're kind of competing against yourself here. So your ad spend could be a little bit more because, you're advertising to the same group of people, the same, 5,000 people, and you have 5 or 6 different ads running to that same 5,000 people. So your ad spend could be a little bit more, but if you look at mine right here, I've only been running it for a little bit of time, but I'm spending 3 cents per view, 2 cents, 4 cents, 12 cents. So, it's not ridiculous. It's not like I'm spending $1 a view or something crazy like that. So that all sounds very reasonable cost per view for me. And then the other downside, of course, like I've already said, is, this is more specific. As soon as somebody opts in to become a lead, then we start showing them ads for the sales funnel book. You're ascending people up your value ladder in a much more targeted manner than when you're doing the bucket strategy and they could see ads for any of your offers at any given time. Versus up here, they see this one, they get warmed up, they see this one, then they get warmed up even more. They see this one, they buy it, they get warmed up even more. Then they see this one and they're super hot by now and they're ready to buy and yada yada. So this is a little bit better in sending people up your value ladder. Whereas this one, it's just kind of more like a shotgun blast. But also, who knows? What if when people see this, they immediately want the book? Like they don't care about the 18 free funnels or anything else. They're like, hey, wow, this book looks awesome. So maybe this offer does a lot better when people see it right after seeing the sales funnel blueprints versus if they saw it up here and then they had to come down here and all this other stuff, right? So anyway, that is the bucket strategy, and I hope you found this video to be helpful. Alrighty, so I hope you enjoyed the training. Now I have a quick special offer for you. So if you want a digital copy as well as an audio copy of my book here, as well as 20 pre-written emails to make your email copywriting a piece of cake. And I also have a 7-figure funnel. It's the first funnel that I built that generated over 7 figures of revenue for a small business. And the funnel includes a course on how to set it up and also how to actually sell that funnel to small businesses. So if you're interested in starting a digital marketing agency, that course and that funnel are an ideal option for you. And there's a bunch of other benefits and stuff, bonuses and stuff. Anyway, link in the description down below, or there's going to be a little button probably up here in the video if you're interested in checking it out. Yeah, just check it out if you're interested. And other than that, I hope you have a great rest of the day.